Welcome to solverfy.
This is the answer to Chapter 20, problem number 37 from the Smith Organic Chemistry textbook. This problem asks us to devise a synthesis of each alcohol from organic alcohols having 1 or 2 carbons and any required reagents. And so for A, we're trying to make a 4-carbon alcohol, 2-butanol. And so the easiest way to do this is going to be to start with 2 equivalents of ethanol. So we will take the first equivalent of ethanol and make a Grignard out of it. And so to do that, we're going to use PBr3. That will get us to the ethyl bromide. And then if we mix that with some magnesium metal in ether, that is going to get us to our ethyl Grignard reagent. Okay, so we'll leave that there for the moment. We'll take another equivalent of ethanol and oxidize it using PCC, and that's going to get us to acetaldehyde. And when we then use the Grignard that we made in part 1 here and do a Grignard reaction. So we'll use our Grignard and then water workup, and that is going to get us to our desired product. Okay, so that's A. For B, we are going to start from acetaldehyde, so we don't need to show how to make that because we made it in part A. So it was just ethanol oxidized with PCC. So we have acetaldehyde, and we're going to use a methyl Grignard here. And we would make the methyl Grignard the same way that we made the ethyl Grignard, but using methanol instead of ethanol. So it would just be methanol, PBr3, get to methyl bromide, and then magnesium metal, and that is going to get us our methyl Grignard reagent. Okay, and so we'll use that methyl Grignard here as our first step for B, again, followed by water workup, and that is going to get us to isopropanol. And so now we need to add one more methyl group here. And so to accomplish that, we will oxidize isopropanol back up to acetone using PCC. And then we'll just use another equivalent of methyl Grignard. So methyl magnesium bromide. And again, water workup. And that is going to get us to our desired product. Okay, so that's B. Let's take a look at C here on the second page. So for C, so for C, we're going to start from the isopropanol that we made in B. So again, we don't need to show how to get here because we just got here in part B. So we'll start from this isopropanol, and we'll treat this with PBr3, and that is going to get us the alkyl halide, so the bromide. And now we can make this into a Grignard reagent by using magnesium metal and ether. Okay, so now we have an isopropyl magnesium bromide. And we are going to need to react this with formaldehyde. And to make formaldehyde, we can start from methanol and oxidize the methanol with PCC. And that's going to give us our formaldehyde here. So let me draw that a little cleaner. There we go. So here's formaldehyde, again, just from oxidizing methanol. And so we have the formaldehyde, and we treat this with our isopropyl Grignard. So actually, I'll do it this way. So we could also think about, treating our isopropyl Grignard with this formaldehyde. Doesn't really matter, however you want to think about it. Move this down so there's room. And then, as always, followed by water workup. And that is going to get us to our desired product here. So there we go. All right. And so lastly, for part D, okay, so for part D, we're trying to make 1 butanol. Okay, and so one way that we could do this would be to start from ethanol and do an elimination. So concentrated sulfuric acid is going to get us, oh boy, there we go. Concentrated sulfuric acid will do the elimination to the alkene. And then we can epoxidize that alkene using MCPBA. So that's going to get us our epoxide here. And then we can open this epoxide using ethyl magnesium bromide, so an ethyl Grignard, which we made in part A. So I'm not going to show how to make that again. But so there it is, ethyl magnesium bromide. And then again, as always with the Grignard, the water workup. And so that is going to open our epoxide, and we end up with the 4-carbon chain that we need and the terminal alcohol. Okay, and so that's part D. That's the answer to this problem. This is a synthesis problem. So the only way to really be able to arrive at these answers is to know your reagent sets and how they work. And you could come up with other ways to synthesize these molecules, but I think that this is the easiest way to do each of these, given that we have to start from 1 or 2 carbon alcohols. And that's the answer to chapter 20, problem number 37.